Hello and welcome to Teeing Off with RevSportz. I'm Gargi Raut, your host, and joining me for this conversation are Ishan Shahane, G. Rajaraman, and Shomik Chakrabarti. It has been confirmed by the BCCI that Jasprit Bumrah and KL Rahul will not be available for the fourth Test match. Bumrah is being rested, whereas KL Rahul has been ruled out of the series due to an injury. Now, questions regarding the team combinations arise, and we will be discussing all of it. Raja, over to you first, getting straight to the point. With no KL Rahul, who takes his place? Is it Rajat Patidar, or do you think Devdutt Padikkal could see himself getting into the squad?
I would like to see Rajat Patidar get another match, a test match for sure. Because if you have invested in him, you don't want to junk him after two matches. I don't think it's going to do his confidence any good at all. Yes, he's not come as good as, let's say, a Sarfraz Khan has in that last match, but he deserves another chance for sure. You need to give the youngsters an extended run. You need to give them the faith that they can continue to play for India until such time as they don't leave themselves out of the side. I don't think the team management should look at making a change. The one change that should happen is the fast bowler coming in, whether it's Mukesh uh, or anybody else that they choose to pick. That should be the only change that Indian team brings into this match. But you know very well what my thoughts on Jasprit Bumrah are, Gargi. I
Yes.
am not a big fan of resting players in the middle of a series which is still alive.
Shomik, what do you think happens with the team combination now? What do you expect it to look like?
Gagi, it is interesting given that as far as fast bowling is concerned, Bumrah, as we all know, Bumrah hasn't traveled to Ranchi. He has been released from the squad. So basically, whether it is Mukesh Kumar and Akashdeep, and the effort the Indian team support staff put in on Akashdeep at the nets is a big effort there. So I won't be surprised if Akashdeep ages Mukesh Kumar in this test and becomes Mohammad Siraj's new ball partner. So I won't be surprised. Akashdeep has a serious chance to play in this test. I can't confirm whether he will play or not, but he has a serious chance. As far as batting is concerned, it's interesting. Rajat Patidar has been given two test matches. In the last game, he I mean he was not up to the mark in terms of the way he got out to rank bad deliveries in both innings. But I think, as Raja said, I mean, you don't junk a player after just two test matches. That would seriously hurt his confidence. Then again, Devdutt Padikkal is also amongst runs, although he is a top order batsman. But in case of KL Rahul, also he used to open for India. Now he's playing in the middle order. So, and if Devdutt Padikkal comes in, then India will have a left-hander in the middle order. So I think it would be a tight call, although Rajat Patidar has his nose in front.
And Ishan, it's unfortunate that KL Rahul is still injured, but are you excited about the prospect of watching Sarfaraz Khan once again?
Oh,
Or
100%,
throughout the
Gagi. I think,
series?
yeah, extremely excited, and I think all the Indian viewers are as well. I think all of us want to see him go get that 100 now because that first innings, unfortunately, got run out, and he's just such a class act. So I think that 100 is just pending, and I have a feeling it might come in that fourth test. So Sarfaraz Khan is someone that everyone's attention will be on, and even with Jaiswal at the same time. So I think these two players once again will steal the spotlight. And if we're talking about who's going to play in that fourth test, I think I'll agree with Raja and Shomik here. I think Rajat might keep his place, but it's up to him to now make the most out of it because, opportunities like this won't keep coming. KL Rahul eventually will make a comeback in the side. And then obviously there are also backups for someone like, if KL Rahul gets injured in the future as well. So obviously this is an opportunity once again for him to make the most out of. But yes, so excited to see Sarfaraz, Jaiswal and hopefully Rajat Patidar as well.
Gargi,
No,
you spoke
yeah.
about KL. Yeah, I wonder how he was even picked in the squad. He's now missed two test matches in a row after being picked in the squad, even though they put an asterisk mark against his name and said he'll be subject to fitness. So
Yeah.
my concern is who passed him fit to be even considered for selection. I think it doesn't sit very well with me. Uh, Indian cricket needs to be serious about how it goes about assessing fitness of players. You look at Ravindra Jadeja, he came back to the test match without playing any other cricket. Between test matches, he played nothing at all. For some cricketers, you want them to go and play domestic cricket. For some, you take them on straight away. I think this class system needs to be stopped at some point of time. But more serious introspection has to be done about how KL Rahul was picked in the squad in the first place. I think he's a class player, no doubt about that. And when Rohit Sharma comes back, when Virat Kohli comes back, there's going to be more selection headaches for this Indian team management. But we have to be very honest with our fitness procedures. At some point of time, somebody needs to do some introspection.
I think that's a great point that you bring up, Raja. And Shomik, if India, does go with a like-to-like replacement for Bumrah, is it Mukesh Kumar who makes the cut, or will it be Akashdeep? Because in the Indian practice session, it was reported that the two, Akashdeep and Mukesh Kumar, were given the new ball and were bowling to the top four of the Indian batting lineup, somewhat of the trial between the two.
See, Gagi, to start with, you don't have a like-to-like replacement for Bumrah. He is the world's best fast bowler by a country mile. As far as playing either Akashdeep or Mukesh Kumar, Akashdeep is a bit slippery customer. He generates space off the deck. I have seen him at close quarters. I have seen Mukesh at close quarters also. I mean, he is a slippery customer off the surface, and he can hurry the batters. Mukesh Kumar is basically a medium-paced line-length bowler, 132, 123k, who has control, although in Vizag he lacked control. Now, as I said earlier, the effort that support staff has been putting in, as far Akashdeep is concerned, I will not be surprised if Akashdeep plays. Mukesh Kumar was there earlier in the squad. He was released for the third test and played the Ranji Trophy. He picked up wickets, but that was against Bihar, so not much should be read into that. But it's a tight call, and once again I reiterate, I will not be surprised if Akashdeep ages Mukesh Kumar and shares the new ball with Mohammad Siraj. And I would just, for 30 seconds, I would like to touch upon the point Raja has raised about KL Rahul's injury. It's a curious case. See, before the third test, we got a BCCI release saying that he is 90% fit. So someone who was 90% fit was expected to recover in about 10 days, 12 days. Then at the post-match press conference, Rohit Sharma said he should be okay. Now we are hearing, now BCCI has released the day before came, and it said, I mean, he is not, which means his recovery hasn't progressed as per his recovery hasn't been satisfactory. So it's a bit of a curious case.
Yes, and Nishan, continuing on the same point, if it was a young player, he wouldn't have found himself in the squad. But with KL Rahul, there's an exception. And, under MS Dhoni, you saw that he was very strict about this. And he said that no one plays in the squad unless they're 100% fit. What are your thoughts about this?
Yeah, I mean, they're so right, because it's an important test match and you're playing England. It's a very important test match. So you want all your players to be absolutely fit, because when you're playing a big side like England, there's a lot of pressure, a lot of expectations, and there are already so many waiting in the sidelines, Gagi, who can possibly take your spot. So, if it comes down to that, you want to play your best playing 11, but if you're not 100% fit, then it's really not, it doesn't make too much sense, because at the end of the day, you want to be playing your fittest 11. So it's not the best thing for Indian cricket, because injuries keep happening. We've seen that with Shreyas Iyer as well. He's gotten injured as well. So it's not a good sign for Indian cricket. And I think a lot of back-end work has to be done regarding this as well, to ensure that players are 100% fit when they take up a commitment, because otherwise we can probably keep seeing this happening in the near future as well, which should not be happening.
And moving over to the world of football, we have a very special exclusive interview with Mohun Bagan star Dimitri Petratos and coach Antonio Habas. Take a look.
Coach, this time round, you've taken over a team which was not mentally there. 3 defeats, and you've completely changed it. multiple wins, we are looking good again. What have you done?
The idea is to for the player, for keep the intensity, for the win of win, and every day hard work. We don't have more secret, and I am the idea that the player have to be in the idea to winning every day, but the winning every day in the training session also. This is the complement for a professional team. No? I am very happy with the performance and with the behavior to the player. This is the secret. The player every day you need a little more for in the training session. The player give a little more in the training session. This is the secret and the mentality.
Before I go to Dimi coach, you have won the ISL before. You are close again. How confident are you?
Well, I had two ISL and one final and one semi-final. The next idea is win another title. This is the idea because we are professional. We need win title.
Fantastic. Goal against East Bengal in the Durand final. Goal against Goa. Every major goal that Mohun Bagan has scored, and now people are getting your cutouts, your jerseys, the intensity, and now second season. Talk to me.
Look, I am there at the right time, but it's not just myself. It's a team effort. There's been a few goals now, more than a few that have been good combinations. What the coaches wanted, that we've done in training, we've put into the game, and you can see a big difference now.
Shomik, with Mohun Bagan heading to the playoffs in ISL, do you think the team can make it to the very end?
Yeah, they are the defending champions, but I think their target this season should be winning the Shield and qualify for the AFC Champions League. Although they didn't give a good account of themselves in the AFC Cup last term, but if you qualify for the AFC Champions League, you get a certain amount of money. You can invest that into the squad. You can develop the squad, and that would be prestigious. You might be playing against the likes of Al Nassr and other big clubs in Asia. That would be great experience for a team in India, and I think you can inject fresh recruitments into the side. So I think more than winning the trophy, winning the title, they have won the title. So winning the ISL Shield this term should be more important to Mohun Bagan.
All right, and Raja and Ishan, before we wrap up, quite an interesting question I have for you two. Virat Kohli announced that him and Anushka have welcomed a son. Everyone on social media congratulated the couple. But the other side of social media was very weird and already started making fan pages and accounts with Virat's son's name. What do you think of this, obsessive behavior, Raja?
Gargi, I've always concerned myself with what happens inside that boundary line.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we live in a very different time. I started my journalism very differently to where it is headed today. But you see, cricketers also love that. I'm not saying Virat is doing this. I'm saying there was a time where we journalists were the conduit between the player and the fan. Today, they are able to reach out to the fans straight themselves. Fans have conversation with them. And I can see how YouTubers are becoming very popular with the cricketers, with the other athletes, with other stars from other walks of life. I don't think they're going to mind it too much, but I think it's carrying fandom to the extreme levels of already starting pages on the name of a young child who's only about five days old. I think it just focus on how well Virat plays his cricket and how superbly Anushka acts in the movies. I think then we are okay. We shouldn't be getting too personal like this. That's my personal thought. But fans know best, Gargi.
Okay,
No, I
Ishan?
completely agree with Raja Gagi. I think it's sweet, but I think it's a little overdone. Cricketers and actors are worshipped in our country a bit too much, I feel, unfortunately. But, you can't blame Virat Kohli as well. He's possibly earned his right to be worshipped so much. And so has Anushka Sharma. So I think you can't really say much. But I think if the fans can tone it down a bit, it would be better for everybody, because you don't want so much fandom over a 5-year-old baby, because it's just newborn, and it's unnecessary at the end of the day. There are more important things to focus on that are taking place. So I think the fans should divert their attention to those topics rather than, the birth of a Virat Kohli's child.
Gargi, I also think that some of it has been sparked by people who have not liked Virat Kohli very much, who have said that Virat wants to settle down in the UK and that he wanted a baby in the UK with a UK passport. I think leave them alone, yeah. Just focus on the cricket. Just focus on how beautifully he plays his cover drive. Just focus on what lovely shots he can play. Focus on the energy he brings to the team when he's on the field. I think if we can all start being fans of sport rather than being fans of the cricketers, then I think our fandom will rise. In the US also, you will find it. Anywhere else in the world, you will find that there are fans of teams, they're fans of sport, not blind fans of athletes alone.
Agreed. Well, that wraps up our conversation. We're building up to the RevSportz Trailblazers Conclave as well, where sports' biggest names will be present. Take a look and stay tuned to RevSportz.
When you have a session involving the two Sauravs, you know it is special. Ganguly and Ghoshal, Saurav Ganguly meeting Saurav Ghoshal, or as the way we call it, Saurav calling Saurav. Ghoshal has never met Ganguly despite their houses being 10 minutes from each other in Calcutta. In fact, over a cup of lovely Darjeeling tea at Saurav Ghoshal's house, it was decided that we will try and make it possible. Saurav Ghoshal was keen. Saurav Ganguly, as always, was very, very forthcoming. It is one of the signature sessions of the conclave when two of the greatest legends of Indian sport, namesake Saurav Ganguly and Saurav Ghoshal, meet each other on stage. Ganguly is a fan of Ghoshal and Ghoshal idolizes Ganguly. They are both from the same city. They love their food, they love their culture, they love their language, but more importantly, they love each other. And this is what we will explore on stage as the two legends meet as part of the Trailblazers Conclave. Saurav calling Saurav, a very special session at Trailblazers 2.0.